Northgard is what I consider to be an underappreciated real-time strategy game, which feels like a fusion of the Warcraft and Civilization series. If you have fond memories of one or especially both of those games, Northgard's worth checking out, so I'll take 3 minutes to tell you about the game. Northgard is a Viking-themed real-time strategy game with many aspects of the 4X genre, which, if you don't know, stands for Explore, Expand, Exploit, and Exterminate. While Northgard looks almost indistinguishable from a Viking-themed Warcraft game, the pacing of the game is a lot slower and a little bit more like Civilization, with games taking at least an hour and sometimes 2. You begin with a small plot of land and explore the map to unlock new tiles, with resources that you'll harvest and process to construct buildings, increase your population, and explore the rest of the island. Which tiles you unlock will depend on which resources they hold and how they factor into the win type which you're targeting. Just as in Civilization, you can win through military conquest, a trade victory, or there's what's called a lore victory, which is the Northgard version of the space race in Civilization. There are many ways to win, and some of them might include no combat with other players, like if you're charting the high seas and pursuing a trade victory. Northgard isn't exclusively a multiplayer game, but that's how I think of it. It has a campaign, but it feels like playing the campaign of most real-time strategy games. Serviceable to teach you the rules and mechanics of the game, but the real satisfaction of Northgard is playing with and against your friends or other human players online. The game came out in 2018, over 6 years ago, but there are still thousands of people playing it every day on Steam, so finding others to play with shouldn't be too hard. Northgard works on Mac and Linux also. Northgard has seasons, and because it's set in the north, winters are going to be a hardship to endure. During winters, your food and firewood usage are increased and your population is threatened by starvation and freezing if you run out of either. Managing the economy of your civilization is a considerable task which will take some time to get used to. Your population is needy. If they get sick or hungry, their productivity will plummet, and attending to these needs after a blizzard or enemy attack will distract your other efforts. The city management features of Northgard aren't trivial, but it's not a complicated chore like Civilization is. Given the strategic depth of this game, the lack of operational clutter when you're playing makes this something I enjoy more than Civilization. When it comes to combat, there are multiple units to construct, and the Northgard version of heroes that Blizzard introduced in Warcraft 3. There are also clans, which grant you special attributes, more than a dozen clans, some of which radically alter the way that you'll play the game. For example, the Lynx clan hunts animals on the map for food, the Kraken clan specializes in seafaring, etc. Most of the clans in this game are available as optional DLC, so these can get expensive unless you purchase them on sale. These days I rarely have the time or patience for a game of Civilization because it takes too long and it gets too complicated. I have a lot of great memories playing games in the Civilization series, starting with the 4th, which is when I got into it, but now it seems impossible to enjoy that game with friends because it's just too much of a time commitment. In comparison, Northgard is much more quick and action-oriented, without sacrificing long-term strategic planning. That's why it's an alternative which I prefer, and it might be one that you prefer too. Thanks for listening to this 3-minute review of Northgard. I've got a few more reviews like this on the channel, and if you enjoyed this, I'm probably going to make some more. Have a good day.